Now we are wrestling with NJPW G1 Climax 31, Max to Max.
God damn it.
Yeah, but we're just kind of going over the stats of everybody and then have a preview of the last two nights to see, where we're going. We Kota Bushi at 12 points. No surprise there. He's only lost to Zack Sabre. Is he at 14 or 16? No, 14 or
Uh,
12. But I believe he's only dropped one to Zack Sabre Jr. Oh, and Yujiro, so he's at 12. Um, we have four people at 12 points in A block. Kota Bushi, Kenta, Zack Sabre Jr., and Shingo Takagi.
I mean,
Um,
wasn't that the situation last year?
um, not
Where there
particular.
were where there were so many people who were tied?
There was only like two or three people, but like maybe 2 years ago, it could have went five different ways in the B block. I mean, Yano was in contention of winning it halfway through, still halfway through. But how do you feel about how do you feel about Naito not being in the tournament? Did it take away from A block and all of the excitement that could have been had if he was actually there?
That's a good point. I mean, but then again, Naito's won before.
He's won twice, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's not even to see him win the tournament. It's just to see him wrestle. And there was a lot of matches people wanted to see, marquee matches that didn't get to happen because he got injured the first night. Um,
okay, so now New Japan has a a uh, a Naito World Tour gimmick
hmm,
for when Naito comes back, and he wrestles everybody in A block that he didn't get to wrestle.
that'd be an interesting concept.
I mean, after this injury, you got to think Naito is thinking long term about you know when his career might actually be over, and Naito would clearly want to go out on his own terms,
Oh, absolutely.
and given the injury, that's just brought his potential retirement years, if not months, forward.
Do you think we'll actually see him at Wrestle Kingdom this year, which is 3 months away, I believe?
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they actually made Naito, the guest referee for the main event at Wrestle Kingdom.
That's a possibility. But do you feel like he's the type of guy that would take that type of role if he wasn't actually wrestling?
I mean, I would think Naito would want to be part of Wrestle Kingdom in any way that he could.
Hmm,
Since
yeah.
Naito has proven time and time again he's New Japan through and through. Naito is New Japan. There's no question about that.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
it's like, and maybe even by Wrestle Kingdom, we might actually know when Naito will return.
Well, he had a torn ACL and torn meniscus. So, is that something you could come back from in 3 to 4 months, or is that something we're looking more 6
No,
to 9?
It happened, what, a month ago?
September 18th, I want to say.
All right, so roughly a month.
Yeah.
Based on how severe the tear is, it's a possibility he could be back to training shape by Wrestle Kingdom. Probably not in ring condition.
And for fantasy booking, if we do see Naito at Wrestle Kingdom, it would have to be Zack Sabre Jr., right? You got an injury.
Oh, yes. Yes. And quite frankly, now, if we don't see Zack Sabre Jr. win the whole thing, I think this could be a wasted G1.
How so?
I mean, okay, we've had our Gaijin, our Gaiju win victors. Yeah, we had Jay White.
Technically didn't win, but he did hold the briefcase at one point. Yeah.
Actually, an actual Gaijin winner. This time around, and yeah, you'd have to think that he would relish in the fact that he took probably what was his biggest competition out of the G1.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting ZSJ and at least some people associated with LIJ sticking up for Naito until he comes back.
Oh yeah. There's definitely something going to go down before Naito comes back. Let's talk about B Block. It's a little bit more cut and dry. Cobb's at 16, Okada's at 14. Last night of block play, Okada will fight Cobb. If Cobb wins, he wins the B block. If Okada wins, he wins B block. Um, Kalik always says it's Okano's. He wins his fifth match, and half the field is completely taken out of the running. Does that make it a little bit more boring to not have, in B block we have 4 people that are in contention. In B block we only have 2. So kind of takes away from the shine a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah.
And let's get into A block and B block action. Preview the last 2 nights. We have on the 18th of October, the finals of A block. Tomohiro Ishii versus Toru Yano. Who wins, Scooter?
Ishii.
Yeah. Shingo Takagi versus Yujiro Takahashi.
Takagi.
Yeah. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tangaloa.
Zack Sabre Jr.
I say Tangaloa. Kota Ibushi versus Kenta.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, man. Kenta.
But I said that Kenta was going to win A block, so I kind of have to go with Kenta. So yeah. Now we
Wait, so
have
are you thinking it's going to be Kenta Okada in the final?
yeah, and if Okada don't win, then it's going to be Kenta. I feel like Kenta is the guy to have.
I mean, yeah, come on. I mean, if you're choosing between Kenta and Jeff Cobb, I mean, come on.
Yeah. First match of October 20th, B block finals. We got Tanahashi versus Taichi. Who wins?
I want to say Tanahashi, but watch this be a victory for Taichi.
I was thinking the same because Taichi has been brutally beaten in this whole G1. So, kind of give him his heat back, give him a W over Tana. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Hiroki Goto versus Tama Tonga. Who wins?
Now is where I'll pick a gorilla, Tomatonga.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Goto has not had a good G1. Like, at all. Yoshihashi versus Chase Owens.
Fuck Yoshi Owens.
Correct. Sonata versus Evil.
God damn it. Sonata. That was for you, Kaliko.
And the main event, the match that will determine the winner of B block, Okada versus Cobb.
Okada. No,
Coming soon to Wrestling in the
if Cobb is 2 points ahead, correct?
Yeah, but if Okada wins,
When it goes to a tiebreaker.
which Okada would win because he beat Cobb.
Okay. So there wouldn't be a tiebreaker match actually.
No, it would
Okay.
because Okada beat Cobb, he holds the
Okay.
tiebreaker over him.
That's a great rule. I love that. Okada.
Yep. Alright, so we got Kenta versus Okada. I think I already spoiled this. I mean, it has to be Okada, but if it's not Okada, Kenta is the right guy to go with, right?
Yeah, I mean, also, how many times has Okada won?
This would
He,
be
he won-
his third if he actually does win. Only Masahiro Chono has won 3.
Yeah, you know what?
That makes me feel like Kenta is going to win even more. Because, I
Yeah,
mean, Okada could get back on the track by winning G1, but he doesn't necessarily need it to get
yeah,
back on track.
and yeah, the notion of winning multiple G1s is almost the Japanese equivalent of being 16-time world champion.
You
Yeah,
know,
they're waiting to see. We're waiting to see who will tie, and then who will beat it.
I mean, look at it this way. In All Japan, they have a round robin tournament, Carnival of Champions, and Giant Baba won it 8 times in a matter of like 10 years. And I mean, it's not nearly as prominent as the G1 is, who's only had like maybe 5 people actually win it multiple times, and then you have Chono who won it 3 times. Only person to win it 3 times. So it kind of feels like it is a sense of it is an exclusive club. You don't get to win every year, right?
Yeah.
Right? And we will have all things G1 finals next week on the show. We will see who wins, and we're going to review it. Until then, that will conclude our coverage of New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 31 Max to Max. And if you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, vote on YouTube and Castbox. Of course, this episode was sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use promo code WrestlingWithE for 10% off your next purchase. Join us this Wednesday as we interview Crystal Moon. And follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling with E. Follow us individually as well. I am at JamesJ993. You can follow Kaliko at I am Kaliko. And where can they find Scooter?
Well, they can always find me in their local neighborhood meth lab, but if they want to find me on social media, Twitter at Scooter Dust. Don't forget the remix coming to you on a Thursday with Crown Jewel in the afternoon. Who knows? I might actually even be awake for this. Plus, of course, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons. Join me along with the rest of the Smoking Dragons, including Rico Constantino Jr. Again, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
For Kaliko Yacht Scooter Dust, I'm James Shea, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hey guys, this is Brutal Bob Evans from Hangs with Bob Seminars and TheWrestleLife.com, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.